Hey, buddy. It was taking forever for this to start recording, so that's why the intro played like 3 times before we are now actually live. But
we're live right now.
We're live right now.
I don't believe you.
We are up in the top corner.
Name that movie. I don't believe you. Scotchy, scotchy, scotch down into my belly.
You know, I have not seen that one in forever.
Anchorman, dude. Yeah. But anyway, it is For Exposure, your Love Wrestling Weekend Independent Wrestling Podcast.
Yeah,
that's Blair. IR Pluggo.
You are.
What's new? What's exciting?
Not much. I mean, how was we last week? We had Only Friends on. We recorded a few days before Halloween. Was your Halloween successful?
I got lots of candy still upstairs. Yes, it was very successful. Although I did stub my foot or splinter in my foot, so I had to walk around with a hurt foot, and I wasn't feeling the best on Halloween, but I survived and got lots of candy, so there's that.
That's good. That's good. You know, I think we had like 250 kids show up.
Did you have enough candy, or did you get your house egged?
Had enough candy. I wore my foam banana costume. I had people wanting to take pictures with me.
Because you're such a hot banana?
I was.
Yeah.
But
Hills, yeah, you are. Hills, yeah, you are.
We are back with another episode of For Exposure, and we have a guest again this week. I'm very hyped.
I'll say this, everybody in the chat. This is a pre-recorded episode, so if we do not respond to your comments, it's because we're not actually live. Because we do have a guest this week. Yes, so
and we don't want to subject anyone to getting up as early as we do on Saturday mornings. So that's why we're pre-recording.
So if we get killer guests, we're going to re-record these things and put them out at our normal time slot on Saturday. So we're not in the future. We're in the past. This is back to the future. We're like Marty McFly and Doc Brown.
We're going to go back to the future right now with our very special guest. You ready? Because I think they're ready.
I'm ready.
All right,
ready.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Sparky.
What's up, Mackenzie? How's it going?
What's up? How are y'all?
What's going on?
Oh my goodness, what a day. It's crazy. The internet all brings us together. I'm in Memphis. You're in Canada, Blair. And
yes.
Pluggo, where are you at?
I'm in Indiana.
Indiana, look at that. What part of Indiana?
South Bend.
Where's that at?
Notre Dame. You know Notre Dame football? Notre Dame
I didn't know they were in Indiana, but
I didn't know either.
Someone at Notre Dame.
That's me right there.
Yeah.
On the campus. I'm wearing a Kentucky Wildcats hoodie though today.
Okay.
No, go Irish, 100%.
Go Irish. That's right.
Isn't the internet a beautiful thing? Yeah, isn't the internet a beautiful thing? Bring us all together.
Insane.
How is Memphis this time of year?
Actually, it's currently raining, so
it's raining here too.
It's the weather outside is very hot. I've been burning up lately, and it's November right now, so it's supposed to be cold. Allegedly, it's supposed to be cold. I was in Chicago a couple weeks ago, and it was freezing. And they said, "Well, yeah, it usually snows in October." I'm like, "What?"
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's crazy,
True.
But it's raining right now, so I'm sure it's gonna be a little bit more chilly.
Do you prefer hot or cold?
I
had to pick one.
I prefer. It just depends on how I'm feeling. Like right now, I think I prefer hot because I like to take my shirt off. But cold because I get to lay in bed. So it just depends on what my mood is and what my intentions are.
Normally in the past, by this point, we've actually had snow on the ground here in Canada, like a full foot and a half. We're lucky right now. There's nothing because I can't handle that yet. I need
insane.
I need a few more months of no snow because when we get it, it's
and funny enough, that's Blair's winter jacket he's wearing right now.
Yes. Yes. I rock the
Canadian winter jacket.
Yes. You Canadians.
I will show you the snow just like this. So.
What's your jacket say?
It says "Bad Bitches" for Willow Nightingale.
I love that. Wow. Oh my gosh.
I am a bad bee, and I am here for Willow Nightingale.
I
so
love that.
We approve this message.
Yeah,
that's a message we can all get behind on election day.
Oh yeah, I just like one of her Instagram posts too. So I'm a fan.
Yeah. Like, I feel like with someone who spreads that much positivity in the world, like, how can you not support them and be a fan?
Yeah.
Because, like, in today's day and age with all of this stuff going on, like, you need more of that. I think.
It's a cold world. It's a cold world.
And the power of positivity.
Oh, yeah.
Have you wrestled Willow Nightingale before, Lindsay? Would you want to wrestle Willow Nightingale? Could we possibly broker a match with Willow Nightingale on said podcast?
No, I don't want to wrestle with Willow. I want to tag with her. I think that'd be cool. I don't want to beat anybody nice up. But I love to tag with her. She's so strong, and I love how strong she is. And she's so positive too. And her smile is just so gorgeous. I don't want to fight. I mean, it would be nice, but like,
I get it. That's the first time I've ever gotten that answer when I've asked that question about specific wrestlers. I go, no, I'd rather tag them. I don't want to punch them. They're too nice of a person.
Yeah,
that's fantastic. Yeah. I love that answer. So we can get Mac Nightingale going. That would be great.
Yeah.
Tony Khan. Holler.
Please,
let's go.
Tony, if you hear me, please let me tag with Willow Nightingale.
There we go. We're gonna put that out. Tony's an avid watcher.
The perpetually online Tony Khan. I know.
It's so funny.
I mean, we were talking beforehand about Halloween. Are you much of a Halloween person? Do you like the spooky season or no go?
No way, Jose. I don't like anything spooky. I'm scared of the dark. So what I like to do for Halloween is just stay in my room with the lights on. But if, kids come knocking on the door, I'll give them a lot of candy, especially if they're super duper nice and have manners, because a lot of people aren't teaching manners nowadays. But yeah, I give them a lot of candy. And I never dress up as anything spooky either. One year I dressed up as SpongeBob. And then one year or a couple years in a row, I dressed up as Danica Patrick. But nothing spooky. No, like dead bride or witch or anything. Mm-mm. So what about y'all? Y'all like Halloween?
You know what? I'm okay with it. I like giving out candy to the kids. I like seeing how excited they are, seeing them in their little costumes. Like, like I mentioned, I dressed up as a banana. There was a kid who came dressed up as a minion. So like,
really?
It was like a great dynamic because the minions love bananas. So, like the parents thought it was great. Like, so seeing the kids come up, there was one kid last year who like, I was like, oh, cool. You're a piece from Tetris. And they're like, no, I'm a Roblox character. And I was like, no idea what that is. The parents were laughing, but I'm like, sorry, kid.
Grandpa Blair over here.
Oh.
I don't get into the season. I have kids, so I'm always out trick-or-treating every year, but my youngest kid loves it though. Like, he's all about the spooky stuff because his grandma is. So like that's his thing. But I'm like, you've never seen any of these movies, man. Why do you know who Michael Myers is? That shit is scary to me.
Yeah, how do you scream? Like,
we are more of a Christmas household here. We have, as of today, 6 of our 7 trees are up.
Already?
Yeah, she took the day off today, and I walked into like a winter wonderland. Mrs. Pluggo is cooking today. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, hey, I'm a Christmas person. I'm terrible at giving gifts, actually, but I do love the idea of how, I guess if you're lucky enough or blessed enough, Christmas is positive. Sometimes it's not positive for everybody. But I love the positivity behind Christmas and the giving season. Although I'm a terrible gift giver, I mean, I just love seeing the reactions of like, why did you get me this?
Yeah.
Thought you'd like
we try to make it as positive as possible around these parts. We definitely try to go all out and do what we can, and it's our season.
Have you been to Christmasville?
I have not.
Is that Indiana or?
Yeah, I think so. There's one. There's one around here somewhere close. I think it's Santa Claus, Indiana. Actually,
okay.
It's an actual city. But yeah, don't tell Mrs. Pluggo that. Don't put that in the internet. Now I gotta go take her out. Do that. No, I'll take her. That's fine. We'll do that. We'll definitely do that now. Great. I'll take lots of pictures and send them to. No, I don't know I don't know where it's at. It's a little ways down south in Indiana for us, but it's definitely it's something I think is on the bucket list. That's all I'm gonna say.
Like, I know Christmas is like the next big one, but you guys got Thanksgiving.
No, it's not. Yeah, I say Thanksgiving is the next big. What is wrong with you Canadians and your sleepless?
Is Thanksgiving?
You're skipping over Thanksgiving. My Super Bowl. That is my Super Bowl.
Thanksgiving as big as Christmas. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
because Christmas is the big one. I don't think Thanksgiving is at that same level.
Oh man,
I was going to ask if it's like a big one for both you.
I guess
I like to eat.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not as big as Christmas. Nothing's as big as Christmas. I think that's the number one.
Well, the gifts, yeah.
The gifts, but the food is the best. This is the best food holiday.
The energy for me personally, because we hang out with my mom's side of the family, and so sometimes we go to different states, and then whoever lives in that state hosts it, and like we go to like an arcade or a bowling alley afterwards. And so it's pretty fun, but as everyone's getting older, no one wants to travel. So like they're kind of leaving it up to us, the youth. It's
tougher.
Yeah.
Like it's tough for like the kids to kind of get it to get everyone together.
It ain't the same. I get to when it's in our hands, we're like, we just want to stay home.
Yeah, like they want me to cook, and it's like I don't think I can cook that good, but everything I do, I try my best, dog.
Well, here's a great follow up to that, because you had mentioned, you travel for Thanksgiving to different as an independent wrestler who travels for work. Do you just like when you get the opportunity, you're like, I just want to stay home. I don't want to have to travel if I'm not wrestling, or do you still like as excited to travel on non-wrestling things?
It just depends on it. Everything for me just depends. Sometimes I'm just, or I am just a get up and go type of person. Like, my mom never knows where I am. Sometimes I'm just buried in the bed laying down, or sometimes like I'll be in like Dallas, Texas. Like I remember, like 2-3 weeks ago, I went to sleep one night, and then woke up and I was like, I'm just gonna go to St. Louis for a couple days. So, I mean, I just went to St. Louis, and my mom was like, "Where are you?" I'm like, "I'm in St. Louis," and I'm taking pictures, sending it to my friends, and sending it to her.
She's like, "Can you grab this for me?" And you're like,
yeah. So it just depends. I do love to travel though, because it's very cool being able to see the world, and just breathe different air and drink different water. I'm a huge water fan, so I drink different waters.
Who's got the best water?
Memphis, and it's
not in your city that you're from. Oh, see, we're gonna upset some towns here on For Exposure.
What if I say the city right next to Memphis? What is the city next to Memphis?
Is that Knoxville?
No, Knoxville's like 5 hours away. They don't have good water. Yeah, it's
Vol Country doesn't have good water.
St. Louis had pretty good water. They had pretty good water.
Okay.
But like Jackson, Mississippi has terrible water. Don't ever go to Jackson, Mississippi and drink their water. It's garbage. It's literally dog water.
That's disappointing to hear.
I
expected more from them.
Yeah, I like for it to be like the capital of Mississippi. It's terrible.
Because obviously you're driving around different cities, wrestling in different states. Do you find that when you're traveling, you're able to enjoy those cities as much as like when you just pick up and go to St. Louis?
Yeah. When I'm with somebody, it's very fun because I get to do what they want to do as well. And then when I don't plan a lot either. Like I literally just get up and go, have no thought in my head. So when I'm by myself, sometimes it's like, oh, well, what am I supposed to do? So I just walk around and like empty headed, But when I'm with somebody, they usually kind of have the plan. So I enjoy being with people. But I do enjoy being by myself too. I enjoy being by myself a lot because you don't have to depend on like this person. But
Yeah.
I think what I've always liked doing now is when I do, like, if I'm going to say, like, you know, if I've never been to a place before, like say I've never been to St. Louis, like if I'm going for something specific, I'll take like an extra day or two just so I can go into the city and like I don't have any plans. I can just explore and see what there is, because like I think we become so focused on like the task at hand that we kind of we miss out on a lot of other stuff.
Yes. Oh yeah. I agree. I can't add to that, man. I agree.
All right, hit the credits. Show's over.
I went to Indiana. Have you ever been to Naptown?
Naptown,
Yeah,
Indianapolis.
I think so. It's a Indianapolis. Yeah. So it's a wrestling show in Indianapolis, and I went there and I didn't get to. I think it was during the Indy 500, and I didn't get to go see like the actual cars, but I heard them. So I mean, because I just wrestled and then went home, but you know, it would have been cool to see the cars.
Yeah.
When you said Naptown, I had to take, because there's Mackenie, or close from where I'm from. And I was like, Naptown, Indianapolis. Yeah, I went to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the solar eclipse this year.
Really?
Mrs. Plug was like, we got to go see the solar eclipse. Let's do it. We both have the day off, and I was like, okay. Our wedding anniversary and everything, and it's kind of weird. I've never been to a racing event or a race track, and you sit in a seat. I'm like, well, how do you see? You only get to see like one stretch of the cars. You don't actually see it all. It was kind of crazy because they were racing cars around as like leading up to it. They made a big event about it.
Yeah,
I would say that it is fun to see. So definitely check that out if you can.
Oh yeah.
I've never been a racing fan. I just never like got into watching it until I started watching, like, there's that Netflix show like Drive to Survive, where they have like profiles on all the drivers, and like some of the camera angles where it's like you feel like you're in the car, and it's like I get so like jacked up watching it. I'm like, this is the coolest shit ever.
Wait, what's it called? I'm gonna watch.
Drive to Survive.
Drive to Survive. I was on TikTok the other day, and something like the F-150, not the truck, but like the racing. Yeah. Something with their necks. They have really strong necks because the speed of the cars, they're like this turning, and like it could break a random person's, like a normal person's neck. But like they have specific neck exercises and neck training to drive a car. And I never would have thought about that.
Like they show some clips of that, like where they have, it's like a headpiece that they'll like do like raises with like a weight hanging from it, and you're like, you start wondering why, and it's like then it makes total sense when you see like when they're in that vehicle and just how like powerful it is.
Yes,
we're in the era of information. Things you would have never thought to look at.
Because it's like 150 degrees inside the car too, right? Like the car is super hot because of like the gas, maybe.
I think the heat from the car, like the engine and everything, and just with how fast they're going, I think it's just like a pit of like sweltering hotness.
Yeah,
I need to race one Indy 500 so I could lose some lbs. I'm sure you can lose a couple pounds in a race like that.
Blair, are you going on a diet? Nope, I'm going to race cars.
Race cars. That seems like pretty expensive. Yeah, I know.
It's gonna work though. Ozempic? Nah.
Stock car racing.
Now, I mean, you mentioned like if you had the chance, you would tag with Willow. I know, like I had the chance to talk to you on the Grainmaker podcast, and we kind of talked about Shug D. And you got the chance to tag with him not too long ago, correct?
Yes, it was right after we did the episode, and then like the news dropped, and it was awesome. And I like tagged with him, and I had the time of my life, and it was just so exciting because he is just like, he's the coolest person. And sometimes I feel like I talk about like not in a negative way, but like talk about like these I guess mark out per se about specific indie wrestlers, but I just think they are so cool, and he's one of them. And when like, because I saw him, and then like he started going over like the strategy of how we're gonna beat them, and I guess I missed the step, and I'm the one who got pinned. But he didn't, scream at me afterwards. He just kind of told me, hey, look, maybe you should have done this instead. But it was awesome. I want to tag with him again. I couldn't sleep that night. I was like so excited. I spoke it into existence. It happened, and I want to tag with him again.
I was so hyped for you after you had talked about it, because I knew how much it meant to you. And then when you actually see it happening, it's like, fuck you. Like, I felt like a proud dad, like, oh, that's awesome. That's great. Like,
it's awesome, isn't it? It's because of you. If it wasn't for you, and I did not speak it into existence, it was only in my head, then, we would not have tagged. But, since you and I did the episode, it's all because of you.
The pressure now that, like, since we spoke, you and Willow tagging into existence, like, that's too much pressure.
Hey, Willow, please.
We're gonna put this one on Pluggo, so if it doesn't happen, I want.
Oh wow! You're the one batting 1,000. I'm just the guy.
You're the cleanup hitter.
I love that attitude. By the way, I wish that more independent wrestlers, or just people in general, would champion when they think somebody's cool or they think something is awesome. Talk about it. Put that positive spin out there, because too many times it's like, I can't put over so-and-so because I'm worried about my spot and things like that. And I just love that, because it's all about building it up. And you got to wrestle with Pineapple Pete.
I forgot about that.
I never forget. But no, Shugdi is awesome. So that's fantastic. And I'm glad that you're like, you spoke that into existence, and that's what you got to do. So Willow, let's go. You're up next.
Please. But yeah, he's after every one of my matches, when we're in the same locker room, like, he's the first one to tell me, like, again, like, this is what I should have done, especially on the nights that I lose. But don't think I'm a loser. I'm a winner. But, on the nights that I lose, he does have a lot more tips for me on how I should get the victory. But no, Shug is awesome.
Because if you're only like 2 or 3 years into this, aren't you?
Yeah,
your 2-year anniversary was like 2 weeks ago or something to that effect. So, it has to feel pretty good to have a guy of the stature of Shugdi, you under his wing, so to speak, and being like, listen, I'm, want to help you in any way, because he could just be like, I wrestled with Mackenie, I'm going home, and he's taking that extra time, so it's got to be pretty cool.
It warms my heart. It really makes me feel like that's a reason why, like, I feel like I'm so positive all the time too, because I've got positive people like him behind me who are really setting the bar on how, a vet should be, because, as I get more reps and as I get years into the business, I'm going to be that vet one day, and I don't want to, blow people off and be like, yeah, tough luck, kid.
Yeah.
Like, no, like, let's lift each other up. I have 2 hands. I'll pick you up, we'll take a picture side by side. And then, I'll knock them down and use them as stepping stones, right? Because I'm a bad guy.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I gave you the rub, kid. Now it's my turn.
You're right. I'm not putting you over.
It's true though, when it comes to that, like, with not putting you over, but like the rising tides raise all ships. Like, you want to be someone who, like, if somebody comes to you for help, like, that you can, that you're a person that people will feel comfortable enough, talking to you, or like that you offer advice and it's like, oh shit, like, hey, they're taking the time to like help me out, and eventually they pay it forward to like the next generation. It's a continuous cycle that it could really put wrestling in a really great spot.
Yes, I am forever thankful for the people who take the time to even open my messages, because we're all busy people, and like, I have a crap ton of questions for everybody. How did my drop kick look? How did this look? How can I do this? And just them responding is, it's like, thank you. Like, it really means a lot. So
Yeah.
So maybe outside of Shug, who else did because for maybe the listeners here at Love Wrestling and For Exposure that aren't familiar with you, who was that person initially that saw that thing in you and took you under, got you to where you're at today? Where did you get started in wrestling per se?
So I got started at Memphis. Alan Steele trained me. He is the man. I think he's severely underrated. And he's kind of in and out of wrestling because he'll always say, "Yeah, I'm done wrestling," and then 4 months later, he'll have a match, and it's like, Alan, come on. But no, he is the man. He's my coach. He's done so much for me. I blow his phone up all the time. There was a situation that happened not too long ago, and I was like, man, do I reach out to him or because do you know that feeling of okay, maybe I need to learn to fly on my own.
Mm-hmm. All the time.
Yeah. So I'm okay, should I ask for his advice or should I do what my heart is saying and what my feelings are saying and then just give up? And I messaged him. So
good. Don't give up. Don't give up. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Alan Steele, Adam Priest, that he has been, outside of Alan, another vital part of my career. If we were building a tree of Mackenie Morgan, you would see Alan Steele and you would see Adam Priest right next to him, as a root, almost. I love Adam Priest. I don't like this, new attitude with him and Manders and whatnot regarding Scenic City. But Adam Priest, when he saw me for the first time, he was like, hey, kid, come to Alabama, do this show. And then since then, that's how I got to TWE. That's how I got to Nat Town. I mean, little opportunities because of Adam Priest. And I'm actually, my gear maker is very busy right now, but I'm going to get gear inspired by Adam Priest. And if you ever see me in tights, it's a tribute to Adam Priest because Adam Priest is literally the man. I don't know, I always think about, well, what if I never met Adam? Where would I be at, So Adam Priest, Shug, Alan Steele, Darian Binkson helps me out a lot too. So all of them.
Mm-hmm. That's a nice group that have been
you've
been able to learn from. Each have kind of paved their own way in wrestling, and they've done it all differently, but they've all come together and kind of shaped a trajectory or helped you out in your wrestling career.
Yeah. So Darian is very sweet. He's right behind Shug. When I get out of the locker room and then go to the parking lot, there's Darian telling me about my match and what I could have done. And it's amazing. Like I said, those are the people that I want to be when I, get more years under my belt. I want to help out the younger talent that comes through. So
Nice. We will take this point. We're going to do some tidbits real quick. Mackenzie's sticking around. She's going to go through the tidbits with us. We got the great intro we're going to play, and then we'll keep going. We're going to keep going.
Last week was the first time we played the intro for a guest, and they had some thoughts.
Yeah.
Not bad, but
we're going to play the intro, and then you can give us your thoughts on it, all right?
Uh-oh. Am I going to get canceled?
Not at all.
No. I might.
Hey, it's Blairs Tidbits.
Tidbits. Tidbits. Tidbits. Blairs Tidbits. Blair. Beep boop bop. Tidbits.
Yeah.
Tidbits.
Tidbits.
Yeah.
We should explain. We have a very big love for the movie 22 Jump Street.
Yeah.
So when he does the slam poetry, like we've recited that continuously on here, and like it just sort of worked its way into the tidbits intro. So.
Okay,
we got tidbits about you, Mackenzie.
We
tidbits.
do. Yeah, but we're gonna start things off because one of our favorites, former guest of the show, Katrina Creed, she is going to be heading down to Beyond Wrestling coming up. That's happening tonight. So she's going to be there. We also got our other favorite, Kristara, both of them going to be in Beyond Wrestling. Very hyped for them, and very hyped that like they've been able to make their way down to the States, wrestling predominantly in Quebec. They're kind of wrestling down into the Northeast there. Yeah. So it's kind of nice to see. We also have C4 announced Evil Uno versus Mackenie Morgan. Mackenie Morgan, one half of Fresh Air. So that one it's
gonna be a good one. That's if John Moxley doesn't beat up Evil Uno before that match.
That's true. So we got that one, and we also got Gabriel Fuerza versus Von Vertigo in a street fight. So hyped for that. We have just announced for DOA Randy Myers versus Effie. That's going to be happening beginning of December. It's going to be up on IWTV, and I'm excited for Randy Myers getting this match. Someone who's been very influential in the Pacific Northwest, getting a massive opportunity facing off against Effie.
That's going to be it. That's going to get all sorts of intriguing is the word I think we would use that one.
Intriguing.
Intriguing. I mean, I could use big words sometimes too.
Good job.
I don't know if we got a chance to mention it last week, so I want to make sure we did it this week. MLW has their show tonight. They're also going to be taping for their weekly show, Delmi XO versus Gigi Ray. I'm putting this up here because you had the chance to talk to Gigi Ray not too long ago. It's up on the Love Wrestling socials, so go check
about how she came to be in MLW. So if you're still curious, check that out.
So we got that one. We also have, sticking on the MLW train, Eric Bischoff's going to be there. So great.
He's getting his one shot, Mackenzie. Eric Bischoff's that young upstart, Eric Bischoff. What do you think about him getting his one shot here at
MLW? Is it going to be in Chicago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
They got this weekend there in Chicago, so there's some fun stuff going on.
A hop and a skip and a jump.
Wait, I think I'm going to be in Chicago on the 9th.
Yeah.
Me too.
Are you going to be at MLW?
No.
Oh, okay.
Maybe. You never know. I need some help.
Court.
They might call you. Do both. Yeah.
Court Bauer.
Yeah.
Book Mackenie Morgan.
Show up at MLW unannounced.
Just take it by storm. It's a lucha show. And I think every match has gimmicks. We won't run through the full card.
We could call up our buddy Alex Kane and be like, we got to get Mackenie Morgan on the show.
Speaking of which,
he is looking for extras to do what he calls a giant Boomaye entrance at this show, actually.
Cicero Stadium.
Yeah, just saying. So we got that. We also have a couple more, I think. I wanted to get this one up there as well. Boom Pro Wrestling, November 30th. They put all their stuff up on YouTube. You'll see Artemis Spencer and Nicole Matthews versus Amira and Casey Ferreira. Casey Ferreira is incredible. So is Amira. So is Spencer and Matthews. So we got that one. I also wanted to throw this up here as well because our guest, Mackenie Morgan, was on there. This was the match with Shug D. And it is up on High Spots TV, so you can go and watch that after you watch this. If that is not a perfect segue, I don't know what is.
Wow.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
We didn't. I got to be honest here. I don't have the other tidbit. I just realized it right before air. You're going to be wrestling Marco Stunt's promotion, Pass the Gravy, on November 15th.
That's right. PW.
I just interviewed him last week. That's up right now on this channel.
No way, Jose.
Yeah, I did. It came out on Monday. And
Marco.
poster, so that's awesome. Pro wrestling, that's a new promotion. So it's a very
area.
Yeah, he's from Mississippi. You're going down there. Don't drink the water, apparently. But
no.
Have you wrestled down there before with this with PWA?
No, it's gonna be my first time at PWA. I remember he reached out to me, and I was like, yeah. So, I went to school with someone who knew Marco growing up. And when he was in AEW, they were like, I know Marco. And I was like, really? Like, you tell him to train me? So I thought it was cool. I think it's cool that I get to be on the show because everyone was always like, I know Marco. I didn't know him personally, so.
Now, okay, this might be a bit of a dumb question, but with Marco reaching out to you about wrestling for his promotion, has there ever been like a message from, a promoter or a wrestler that you opened it up and you kind of got like a little starstruck about it? Like
regarding a booking or just
booking or even like advice or anything like that?
In general, yeah.
So I really do think it's cool, and I post a lot of pictures and videos of my drop kicks, and Lainey Luck will always comment on my drop kick. It was like, no, dude, for real? What? I started blushing. But yeah, let me see. Oh gosh, don't put me on the spot like that.
I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry.
Jesus, Blair.
Oh no, I do have one. Oh my gosh. On my birthday, a couple of years ago, I think the posts are like archived now or whatever, but her name was Sasha Banks at the time. Mercedes Monet. It was on my birthday, and I had posted a picture of me in her shirt, and she had those shoes. So I had, her shoes on and whatnot. And I woke up and she commented, "You look amazing."
Oh, nice.
I
like how you just casually like, yeah, she used to go by Sasha Banks, I think.
Yeah.
No big deal. Just one of the greatest women's wrestlers of all time.
I like that my heart skipped a beat there when you were just like, after you finished and you did this, it's like, that is very heartwarming. I loved hearing that.
So yeah, she's a really big reason why. And now that my brain is like actually moving, yeah, she's a big reason why I want to start wrestling. I did get starstruck. I met Bailey, and I did not know what to say, so I was like,
that was me.
Hi.
When I met her at SummerSlam, and she was like, Pluggo, is that your name? And I was like, yes, ma'am. Yep.
And then Kylie Ray, I'm just gonna go with the 3 pillars of my wrestling career. When she followed me, man, what? Kylie Ray followed me?
So that's awesome. Kylie Ray's cool. No,
and I mean, just with the positivity you bring, Kylie is also someone who is like matches that energy, tenfold. So it's almost like there's that connection there as well. And
yeah,
the mentioning Lainey Luck, she was someone that I know when we talked to Only Friends last week, they mentioned, just how much Lainey had impacted their careers as well. So you're seeing that with a lot of independent wrestlers, like the people like Lainey Luck, the ones who, take that extra little bit to help out and just to kind of get the next generation of wrestlers, making sure that they're good.
Yeah. I went to the Glory show where Lainey won the women's title there. I guess it's the first ever women's title at Glory. And she went against Shaza in a submission match. And I thought it was very cool to see, the women that I kind of watched and studied when I was, learning about the independents go one-on-one. And then Lainey won. And, my heart just exploded with butterflies and hearts and love. And you know, it was a little tear kind of went down my eye when she won. It's still real to me because it is. The emotional part about wrestling is always something that I don't think I'll ever be able to get over. You know, when you see someone that you really like, you know, win, it's like, dog, you deserve to win, man.
You want to see the people succeed and get their flowers and, like, you know, get the appreciation from, you know, the fans, the other wrestlers, because, like, a lot of people, you know, they deserve it. And we're in a time where sometimes, you know, like we've mentioned before, where, you know, maybe you don't say something, you might be scared to say something, but it's like, nah, man, tell them that they did a good job. Let them know. Like, it's going to elevate them, and they're going to keep going with that.
Yeah.
Especially like in this era. And I was just thinking when you said that, like, I was thinking about just like my career as a podcaster and an interviewer and stuff. And it's like, you grow to start following, and you like get emotionally attached to them. And it's so easy on the internet right now to just say, oh, that match sucked.
Yes.
But you don't see the, like, oh my God, that was dope. That was so cool. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I always tried my best to go out of my way and interview. If I've ever interviewed somebody and I see them like win a championship, say, hey, that was awesome. Congratulations. Like, that was so cool. Cause like you get flooded with the negative if you make a botch or you make a mistake, but there's not enough people championing these wrestlers who are putting your bodies on the line. You're working your asses off. Like, let's be completely honest. Like you said, it's still real to you. It is a real grind on your body, and it's taxing all the travel, and I don't think enough credit is thrown out there. So I'm so psyched there's somebody else in the community like you that's out there being like, hell yeah, win that championship. Fine for you. Like, that's dope.
Commentators too. I don't think commentators get enough credit. You know, commentators can actually make or break a match. And since we're just sharing so much love right now, I just want to shout out Mose from KOBK TWE. He's awesome. And so is Carmen Michael Childers.
All right. Hells yeah.
I love that. You know, as someone who has, like, I mean,
as a commentator,
someone who's a commentator, you know, it's nice. You know,
I will tell you this. A commentator story. I got asked to do commentary for one show up in my hometown. Snow was on it, and I told the guys, like, I've never done it before, and he's like, you'll be fine, just do your thing. And so I like over prepared, and of course the matches all got changed, but and so like I in that moment had a new appreciation for people that do commentary, because it is incredibly difficult because you want to obviously do a good job and put yourself over, but your job is to put the talent in the show over. So you have to balance this, like, not too over the top, but still be you. And it was like, at the end of that, I was just like, oh my God, it's out there somewhere. He has the footage. I've honestly never heard it back, because before that I'm going to be like, oh God. But yeah, so commentators, ring announcers, ring crew, everybody that's involved, make or break a good show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So with Next Gen Wrestling, I mean, we kind of talked a little bit about it before, but you've got a match there coming up soon. I'm just looking for the graphic here, because that's, you know, right here. Boom. So November 17th. Next Gen, please get graphics that fill the full screen so that you can't see my face on the side here.
Blair's a graphic snob.
Now, you are in action.
Yeah.
I saw that it's like a mystery opponent for you, correct? Like, we don't know who you're
facing. A question mark.
An actual question mark. That would be awesome.
Like,
the question mark in the NWA? Remember that gimmick that guy used to run?
Nobody knows. I don't know what question mark.
No, I mean, for yourself, I mean, with this show, do you find you don't know who you're facing off with? Is there added pressure with preparation? Like, how are you feeling heading into this next weekend?
I'm just gonna keep looking on social media, and if someone, like, if a random wrestler starts talking smack, I'm just gonna assume it's them, and then, like, when I see them at NGW, I'm just gonna kick their tail I don't like to overthink because it really hurts my brain, and I don't like to think that much. I'm not a thinker. I'm just like I said earlier, I'm just a get up and goer. You know,
you're more of a doer than a thinker.
Yeah, so I'm a little bit more scrappy. You know.
Obviously, you're pretty excited. They got the booking. You're going to be on the show. But let's be honest. Are you a little upset at management for making you have to be in the dark, so to speak, when everybody else's matches are announced?
Oh yeah. I didn't even think about that. You're going to work me up. Yeah, I am.
Yeah. Let's go. Hey, I'm gonna get this. We're gonna get that scoop somewhere. Let's go. Yeah. Headline: Mackenzie's pissed.
Yeah, I hate that. I mean, like me, I'm Mackenie Morgan, guys. Like, you're my opponent.
There, like we said, there are a couple matches already announced.
We got your back.
Oh, I'm worked up now. Who's my opponent? Who's it gonna be?
Damn it! Let us know.
November 17th. Well, you know what? Well, good luck, Chuck. Because I'm even more mad. I'm 10 times more mad than before.
She said Chuck. Is it Chuck Palumbo?
Yeah.
It's the only Chuck. No, it's not Chuck Taylor.
Oh.
No,
it's the only two Chuck wrestlers I know. If anybody knows any other Chucks in the wrestling world.
No Chucks.
The bottom of this.
But there is a Caleb. Caleb Conley is going to be there facing off with Elijah. So, I mean, he's getting some more reps. He's going to be a next gen.
Real guitar. I play air guitar.
Will you ask him to play his guitar? Will you be down if he's like, yeah, go ahead?
If
he
plays my air guitar, I guess I could play his real guitar if the feelings are mutual, and then we can play like a song together. Like, what do y'all want to hear?
Wonderwall.
We'll play it. We'll play
Wonderwall. What song did you say?
Pink Pony Club. I don't know.
Oh, yes.
Oh, some Chapel Roan.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe some HOTT.
Elijah and Mackenie Morgan come together.
HOTTOGO.
I can imagine it now.
Next gen, we are just printing money for your promotion right here.
Yeah.
Feel free to give us some residuals. Fine, we'll take a little cut, not much, just enough to get a little something.
You can't really print money. I've said that before, and someone into economy and economics or whatnot screamed at me, "You can't do that." It's like, dude,
chill.
It's gone. We're just spitballing here.
Right here.
I am like, I can't. That's like one of my biggest pet peeves. Like, let me just cook. Obviously, more to it than just print money. I know this. Just let me cook, okay?
Look,
don't yup. I'm an idea man. I thrive on enthusiasm. Stop bringing me down with logic and negativity. That's all I'm saying.
Literally.
Look, I feel like if we can sell cryptocurrency and NFTs, which look like just like a picture on the internet, then we can print money, because people are buying that. Let us print money.
Did y'all ever get into that?
No. I don't have real money to be spending on fake money. Did you hear? I've got 7 Christmas trees. Our budget is very tight.
You guys blew the budget on Christmas.
We did.
There's no birthday presents for anyone during the year. You guys get by on bread and water, and Christmas, it's fucking ham.
Kids are like, why can't we have real food, Dad? I'm like, because we've got trees. Okay, wait until January 1st. January 8th for everybody. Right now, ramen.
Do you want cereal or do you want 18 Christmas trees?
Right.
That's right.
Okay.
Full disclosure for anybody that hears this, I absolutely feed my kids real food. Okay,
we can call the people on you.
Yeah, he doesn't feed his real food.
You guys hear that? That's CPS already knocking at my door. How do they know this is going on? I don't know. Aliens. Anyway,
his 8-year-olds are cutting grass right now.
Yeah,
in the heat.
Call the people.
It's cold up here. It's rainy and cold right now. It's November.
They're cutting grass in the rain.
That's right. That's right.
Okay,
No,
one more
terrible.
match has been announced. We will talk about that one. We've got
Wow.
Shaft and ODB versus
Damn, OTB's back? Hell yeah.
ODB's back. So
Hell
against the
yeah.
Neon Blondes.
Wow.
I like
I always get so excited when a random ODB appearance pops up because I just remember her being such a vibe in those TNA days.
and like crushing the food truck. Like she's
Yeah.
doing well for herself. Good for her.
I bought a flask. When I first saw her, I bought a flask off of like Amazon. I don't know where the flask is, but maybe I can get her to sign it. That would be very cool.
Oh.
That would be pretty good.
An ODB flask? What did you put in the flask, Mackenzie?
Well, let's just say it's clear. Mm-hmm.
I mean, that leaves a lot of water. It's clear.
Look, we heard her pump.
Sprite is clear, but it's got bubbles.
It's clear, and I drank it straight up.
All right. Oh. No chaser, huh?
No, I don't tell my secrets. Just know it's clear. Or it was clear. And I drank it.
Okay.
And now it's air gone.
Yep, gone. Where's the flask? I don't know. I ate it too. It was so good. Shout out ODB.
You saying that?
I've never heard
reminds me of,
anybody ever say I ate the flask too.
It was too good. I couldn't help.
I've circled the sun quite a few times. I've done a lot of things. I've never heard anyone say I ate the flask.
Like I'm envisioning, when people have like that piece of paper that they don't know what to do with and they shove it in their mouth to eat it, and it's just so awkward. I'm envisioning that, but with a flask now. I'm sorry.
Literally, that's what I said. And then, like, you saw a flask, like
The
right
flask
here,
size
like,
going
cartoon
down the
character. You said, "What's wrong?"
Cartoons.
You know,
Like Mackenzie, you weren't supposed to do that. And you're like, I do what I want. I don't think. I just do.
Yeah, literally. It's like y'all thought I was thinking about this. Like, no.
We got a few more minutes left. I mean, 2024 is like
we're gonna go for hours here.
2024 is wrapping up. When you're looking at 2025, I mean, it's a month and a bit away. Are you setting any goals for yourself, like stuff that you're like, I need to do this? Can we ask about those? Are you willing to put those out into the universe yet?
Speak it into existence.
Okay, well, I'll be honest. I do have some goals.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I can't stress enough. I'm just like a doer.
Mm-hmm.
But the main goal is to get bigger, like physically, not like, this big, but I do want to, I have a workout plan and I'm working, that was actually supposed to be a big secret. I was just going to pop up one day and look jacked. So thanks guys. We're really just sorry. But,
is that why you were eating flasks? Did you think that was going to help the gains?
I thought it was protein. It was like steel in there. And the protein was like you're going to look like you're made of steel. So I'm like, okay.
Pumping iron.
Yeah.
Literally. On a scale from where you're at now to Scott Steiner WCW days, how jacked do you want to get?
Holla if you hear me. I'm telling you, you're gonna see my forehead vein. I'm gonna be red in the face. You're gonna see my throat just looking like this, and you're gonna think I'm mad all the time, but I'm not mad. I'm a very happy person.
I'm mad. I'm
just gonna look big, like a piece of
T-shirt idea. When you get that Jack T-shirt idea, is you can just take this idea and run with it. No need to give me anything. All right, I'm not mad. I'm just jacked.
You know what? Hey, I'm telling you, it's gonna be sleeveless too.
Yes, I'll buy
Canadian winter coat.
Jack. I might actually have to do that.
If you do one, I will be the first.
Mackenie Morgan. I'm not mad. I'm just jacked.
It's like I have roid rage, but I'm not on steroids. Sometimes I feel that way after a good pump at the gym. I just get mad. What am I mad for? So stop being mad.
Like you finish that set and you kind of walk around like, fuck yeah, I crushed that. Yeah. And you're like, I'm in a good mood. Why am I like,
I didn't just kick over this mailbox? I'm in a good mood today.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But no, yeah, I'm not mad. I'm just jacked. That's gonna be
Yes.
a phrase.
2025. That's the motto. Yeah, go for it.
That's a good way to live 2025. I'm not
Like when you
mad.
when you get signed to the big companies, that you're like that Pluggo guy that I talked to like a few years ago, like gave me this, and they're like, that's good shit. Go for it.
That's gonna be the first thing I say. I'm not mad. Just jacked.
Just
No, man, just jacked. I like it. I like it.
I'm telling you.
Now we're gonna wrap things up right away, but I know that you have upcoming shows. You got social media. Anything you would like to plug, we would like you to do so now, and like let the people know where they can find you and like support you.
Y'all can. All of my social medias are real MKZ Morgan. I am going to be at Third Coast Wrestling. I plan on being more in the Midwest in 2025. So hopefully, if things turn out right, I'll be more in the Midwest until it gets too cold for me. I don't really like the cold until I'm in the heat, and then I'm gonna like the cold. Just depends on how I'm feeling. But yeah, the Midwest will see a lot more of me. I'm gonna take it over by storm. And yeah, y'all can get my merch off of Pro Wrestling Tees. Look up Mackenie Morgan. And if I could give anybody any inspiration, I would just say, just be yourself. Stop being fake. Don't be anybody else. Just look in the mirror and say, I'm going to be myself, and just be yourself. It's that easy. So,
because that's usually what works best, by the way.
Yeah.
Just
it's
do you.
so easy to be yourself. I mean, I guess it's hard for some people, but like it's in the long run, it's easier to be yourself. If you put on a facade, it's like that's too tough.
Yeah, it's true. The best things are like just being yourself, because I know like that's nobody wants to talk to someone fake. Just be you.
Yeah,
you'll get a lot farther going on.
Literally, just be
Listen,
you. Be nice.
Everything we do in this business is subjective. So you just got to do what you think is best and what works for you, and the people gravitate towards it for sure.
Yes. That was poetic. And speaking of poetry, Red Lion, look up Red Lion Poetry. He's my favorite poet, and he's a wrestling fan. So yeah, I just had to shout him out because I love him.
Hell yeah.
My favorite poet is Doug McQuaid.
Oh, you're into poetry for real? Wait, was that
Cynthia? For 22 Jump Street, slam poetry. Doug McQuaid. Beep boop bop.
Oh.
So you got Next Gen this week. You got Past the Gravy next week. Oh my, you are killing it, Mackenie. You got a lot of cool stuff coming. I hope you make your way up to South Bend so I can, with some of the promotions we got around here, because I will be there for sure.
Yes.
No questions asked. My kids are like, yeah, we got stuff going on. I'm like, nope, I'm gonna go see Jacked Mackenie.
I'm not going to your soccer game. I'm gonna watch Mackenie.
That's right. You go do your thing. Mom will take you. I'm busy. Now, again, just kidding, but absolutely we'll make it work where I can go. So
he's not kidding. Now, for myself,
I've been to plenty of soccer games, no Mackenie Morgan matches. So we gotta fix.
You gotta even it out a little.
Kids, we gotta get it.
Now, for myself, you can find me up on all social media at Grainmaker Wrestling Podcast, all podcast streaming platforms, and every weekend here with this guy doing this show.
Hi,
so, Pluggo, what do you got?
Oh my gosh! Well, first and foremost, Mackenie, thank you so much. This was an absolute honor. I haven't had the chance to talk to you. I know Blair has. I even already tweeted mid-show that you rule, and I hope that we can talk again soon. But yeah, like I talked earlier, my interview with Marco Stunt is up right now on this very channel. He just retired. A lot about that. We talked a lot about PWA that's coming up. So please check that out. It was an absolute honor. That was my Holy Grail interview, and I got it because I spoke it into existence, like Mackenie had mentioned. So that every Thursday night with JPJ, Between Two Beards, 8 p.m. If you want to know what's going on with Between Two Beards, guys, go to @B2Beards on all social media platforms. Go to For Exposure Pod on Twitter to find out what we've got going on. And if you want to search Pluggo, you'll see this face. I am Pluggo on all social media platforms. Anyone you can think of, I'm there. Check me out.
Awesome. Now, for myself, for my good friend Pluggo, for our incredible guest, Mackenie Morgan, thank you so much for watching. We appreciate it. Peace in the streets.